If you're tired of getting outsped in PvP or crushed by cleave teams, this video is for you. Today, we're breaking down everything you need to know to build and dominate with Leo, the Wind Dragon Knight. From rune builds to strategies, team comps, and his best use cases, we're going to show you how to make the most of Leo's speed locking passive and turn him into your ultimate PvP weapon. Leo is a 5-star support type monster that you can summon from mystical scrolls, wind scrolls, engraved scrolls, legendary scrolls, transcendent scrolls, or all attribute scrolls. With a base stat line of 11,850 HP, 714 attack, 637 defense, and 100 speed. Once awakened, he also gains a 25% boost to resistance, making him even harder to control. Leo's skill set is incredibly unique. His first skill, Dragon's Might, hits twice and applies continuous damage for 2 turns if he lands a critical hit. His second skill, Torrent, ramps up damage as his HP drops, and if he's below 30%, it ignores defense entirely. This makes it a deadly tool for comebacks, but the centerpiece of Leo's kit is his passive, Eye of the Storm. This limits the attack speed of all monsters, friend or foe, to Leo's own speed. This means the fastest monster still moves first after Leo, but with everyone's speed capped at 100, turns go in order without big speed gaps. No monster can outspeed him unless they have the same skill. Every time Leo attacks, he also reduces the enemy's attack bar by 15%, adding incredible control with 0 setup. His leader skill increases the defense of all wind attribute allies by 50%, which can help in niche team comps. When it comes to rune builds, Leo is surprisingly flexible. For an attack build, focus on attack, crit rate, and crit damage, and rune him with Fatal, Rage, or Vampire sets paired with Blade or Revenge. This setup capitalizes on his Torrent skill for massive burst damage, especially when his health is low. However, the Bruiser build is where Leo truly shines. You'll want stats like attack percent, crit damage percent, HP percent, and defense percent, using either Violent Revenge or Vampire Revenge. Vampire helps him sustain with healing, while Violent gives him more turns and more attack bar reduction. And here's the bonus. Because of his passive, you don't need speed or will runes because Leo always goes first. Keep in mind, if he dies in battle, his passive goes away, and now everything resorts back to speed scaling. This is why he needs a little survivability to him to not get one shot. Strategically, Leo is built to disrupt fast cleave teams. His passive completely shuts down units like Megan, Orion, Galleon, or Lucian, who rely on winning the speed race. Leo doesn't need buffs, setup, or support. He gets first turn, he controls attack bars, and he hits hard when built right. He's also perfect for speed limitation Labyrinth stages, where most of your team is crippled by speed reduction. Leo ignores that completely and makes those stages a breeze. Let's talk strengths. Leo cannot be outsped. He controls the turn order and forces every fight to happen on his terms. His passive strips attack bar with every hit, and Torrent's defense ignore mechanic gives him powerful burst damage in clutch moments. His team doesn't need to be built around speed, which drastically lowers your rune quality requirements, but he's not invincible. His main weakness is immunity. A will rune on a monster like Megan or Bastet can block his attack bar strip, allowing your opponent to still cleave through your team. Also, while Leo shines in PvP, his usefulness drops off in most PvE content. Here's how he ranks in different game modes. In Giants, Leo scores a 3 out of 10, usable as a damage dealer and attack bar reducer, but easily replaced. In Dragons, Necro, Spiritual Realm, Steel Fortress, Punisher Crypt, TOA, Rift of Worlds, and Dimensional Hole, Leo scores a 0. He's not made for PvE. In Labyrinth, though, he's a 10 out of 10 in speed limit stages. He also performs well in difficult early lab floors, where monsters are outspeeding you. In Arena, he scores a 9 out of 10, fantastic as an anti-Lucian or for slower cleave setups. In Guild Wars, he's also a 9 out of 10, countering common turn 1 monsters like Orion or Galleon. In RTA, Leo earns a 6 out of 10. He's a strong last pick against speed cleave teams, but expect him to get banned often at higher ranks. He's also a great counter against monsters that deal damage based on speed like Miles. To sum it up, Leo is not just a gimmick. He is a hard counter to speed-based teams and can single-handedly shut down cleave setups. He's incredibly easy to run because he doesn't need speed and he provides value far beyond his stat line. If you're looking for a PvP monster that levels the playing field and gives you control right from the start, Leo is your guy. Build him smart, pick him wisely, and watch him tear down the meta's fastest threats.